Hello, my friends. Jacob is here. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for coming along and press and play. I'm making light of a very important video that we should be concerned about. It's something that really kind of started the channel, kind of took off. That's what made my channel where it is today. It was the one video that actually went viral. It was about Planet X, Planet 9, Nibiru, Hergopolis. You've heard it here before, people. But now, the stuff that I'd been talking about on prior videos from years ago, now the stuff that I said they'd start to talk about, now they're talking about it. That's right. It's all the news now. How can it not be the news, right? Another huge volcano in Guatemala. Insane. In Hawaii's Kilauea volcano, it's not letting up. It's cataclysmic. Crazy volcanoes. You got these huge earthquakes happening, right? And you got like one meteor after another, one after another, and we're talking like every day. Issues with the weather, climate, right? 400 consecutive months of above average temperatures. The electromagnetic field, a little bit of a pole shift going on. Sunspots, grand solar minimum by 2020. All of this stuff going down, right? And nobody's talking about what the heck is going on. Stuff is going on, right? One meteor after another, volcano after volcano, earthquake, climate, heat, blah, blah, blibbity, blah. And now, what's today's news? And now scientists are saying that there are these like bumper car interactions going on with this weird orbit. So, people, I hope you're buckled up because all of this stuff we've been talking about is today's show. So, of course, the big news is the huge volcano that just erupted in Guatemala. And of course, you have that other volcano that's been just tearing apart the biggest island off of Hawaii. I mean, there are actually civilians that were trapped because they didn't get out when they were told to get out. Thing after another thing after another thing happening to our planet. And like, I'm not understanding why people aren't trying to put the pieces together, because last time I checked, if there was some kind of a huge planet or some kind of a system coming in, it would mess everything up. It would cause climate change. It would cause meteors, it would cause earthquakes, it would cause volcanoes. And we're seeing like I'm 47, right? June 11th, that's my birthday. Don't forget to give me a birthday shout out. 47 years. I don't ever remember seeing any of this madness going on. It's hard to talk about this stuff without coming across like you're some kind of fearmonger. longer. But listen, this is all going on right now. Okay, now a lot of people have been talking about the huge earthquake that's going to hit California, because if all this stuff's already happening, right? If it's happening over in Guatemala, it's happening in India, it's happening here. I mean, and you understand that right now, India is in like the huge, biggest heat wave, and people are like, they're like dying, and water, and there's drought, and it's like the world is kind of a bit off balance right now. Why wouldn't it be if there was the planet that we like to call Nibiru coming around the way? Of course, if you know anything about the Sumerian tablets and the Sumerian mythology, is that the last time this came around, of course, there was the Great Flood. Scientists today they're getting ready for the big one in California, and they're saying that if there was a California earthquake, that 400,000 are at risk. A major quake strikes the West Coast. These are now Arizona's like already preparing for this. Arizona's getting ready for like an influx of refugees. Officials in May launched a full-scale exercise. I mean, they're preparing for this, people. Maybe they know something that they're not telling us. Maybe all of this stuff that's happening is exactly why my channel took off a couple of years ago. Maybe this topic is an important one. Maybe it's time for everybody to get their house in order. People like myself, people that are just asking questions, people that are just looking at the news and saying, hey, it seems like all the pieces are starting to fit together, has a lot to do with the Sumerian mythology, that as the planet comes closer, you're going to see these changes in the environment, in the earth, in the magnetic field, in the sun. We're going grand solar minimum by 2020. The sun is not acting right. They don't get it. They're getting these huge sunspots. Well, why wouldn't it? You understand the planets like magnets. They have a polarity, right? And we just talked about how, the sign of Jonah, remember with those basking sharks? If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But we were talking about the electromagnetic field just a couple of months ago, and how now we know that we have two, and that the magnetic field is almost like flip-flop, and it's letting in more radiation than normal. And of course, they don't understand why. Of course, they don't understand why the volcano. Of course, they don't understand all these booms, like everywhere. Boom here, boom there, boom there, boom there. I mean, and these are like, come on, people. Something's going on, right? There's got to be something going on, and nobody's talking about it. If you imagine that huge planet going through the Kuiper belt or the asteroid belt or whatever, as it goes through, all these, it's like when you have a magnet coming together with a magnet, it pushes it away. It's going to happen. It's going to bump into stuff, and that's going to bump into stuff, and it's going to bump into stuff. And that's why it's a good thing that we got that huge planet Jupiter there, right? That's why they call it the savior planet, because of its great mass. It takes a lot of the pounding. So, we hope that we don't get hit with all of these meteors, which, by the way, one meteor after another meteor after another meteor. I mean, just another one in China. And then one like last night in the Northwest. Screwing with the orbit of distant dwarf planets, maybe smaller, more mischievous bits of space debris with possible link to the dinosaurs. So they say, of course, that this is what could have happened back then. I said that. A lot of other people said that. It's not, this isn't news, but why are they coming out now like this is some new thing? Of course, that could have been what happened if something's coming in and it comes in every once in a while, and and one huge boulder of a comet the size of whatever gets loose and crashes into us. It could cause some problems, sure. Nuclear winter and all that, but do I think that's going to happen? No, not in my lifetime, I hope. I don't know. I have faith that that's not the case. I have faith that we're going to see a lot of really crappy stuff happen. A lot of all over. But it's going to be a time when we get a chance to get everything in order and get everything right again. Right? And it's going to kind of, I think we may come into a time where we'll see that we'll have to come together as a people. And that's not a bad thing. Sometimes when you have these tragedies happening, as terrible as they are, they do bring people together. And we won't be talking about who's this or who's that or who's, this color or that color. We won't be talking about this tweet or that tweet. We'll be talking about, maybe it's time for us to put our faith in more. Maybe it's time to come together and live for more. Maybe it's time for us all to seek more. Now, it would be cool if the Anunnaki came to the planet, like they said. There's been a lot of, of course, channels like Secure Team, of course, one disclosure after another. Tyler over there, it's like every other week he's got some new huge thing that was just revealed. And it seems like it's like a potpourri of conspiracy lately. That's what I've been saying. So it might be kind of cool if we have some kind of alien encounter. I don't know. I like sci-fi. And if it happens, it happens. Does that discount the idea of God? No. I don't know why people say that. It makes no sense. People say, oh, if there was some kind of genetic manipulation with, because of course, as the story goes, where the Anunnaki, this alien race, that they mess with the genome of humans and they basically put their DNA into us so that we would become more of a intelligent slave race. We would help them do what they needed. That's how the story goes. And of course, if they leave and, because the last time they were here, there's some big problems, and they'll be coming back for the gold. It sounds crazy, but that don't make it not true, as they say. And also kind of the reason you're here. This kind of stuff is if you think about it, it is exciting. The day that we're in is exciting. So we got to worry about California? I don't know. Do we got to worry about the volcanoes? I don't know. Do we have to worry? I'm not worried about any of it. You know what I'm concerned with? All of you. I want all of you to make sure that your life is being lived the way it should. That's really important now, especially now. You got to get your house in order. Because there's more to this story. Like I said, it's a big motion picture, and you are the star. And that's why you got to get things together. Having problems at home, work on it. Having problems at work, work on it. We are more than we've been told. And all of this stuff, all of this news, all of this stuff, it just is... This just means that our life is about to get a heck of a lot more interesting. So I hope that you're buckled up and I hope that you're ready for it. And I love each and every one of you. Please do me a favor. Subscribe and share it around and tell your friends about the show. And have the best day ever. And don't forget, I love all of you. Here's a hug. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.